Today we're going to be talking about Tesla's plan to take over the airline industry. Make sure you stay until the end so you don't miss out on what this secret, devious plan is. You'll be absolutely shocked. The thought of electric planes may not be as far away as we expected. Aircrafts are set to see dramatic changes within the next 10 years, as companies both large and small are in the process of bringing fully electric and hybrid flights to market. Airlines, manufacturers, and startups all seem to be moving towards this goal. The race is clearly on to produce an electric airplane, and it would certainly change our perceptions on air travel. It would come as no surprise if Elon Musk decided to launch a new company to build the world's first electric airplane, considering he's already brought us electric cars, reusable rockets, hyperloop tunnels, and brain chips. He had, in fact, brought up the very idea in September 2018 during an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast, the one involving weed smoking and whiskey drinking that made headlines everywhere at the time. The idea Musk had in mind would be a plane capable of vertical takeoff and landing, a feature known as VTOL, and flying at supersonic speeds at high altitudes. However, in a recent interview on an episode of the podcast Third Row Tesla published on February 9th, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO stated that he hasn't found much time to take that idea any further. When did the dream start? Elon Musk had once stated that one day, all transportation will be electric except for rockets. Yes, that even includes airplanes, which have long been on his list of things to electrify. The Tesla CEO first floated the idea in an interview in September 2018. The plane he envisioned was a vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) vehicle capable of flying at supersonic speeds at high altitudes. This idea remained largely a far-fetched dream because the plane would require a battery with an energy density higher than 400 watt-hours per kilogram in order for Musk's design to work, whereas Tesla's newest batteries, Panasonic's 2170 batteries used in Model 3 cars, can only achieve an energy density of around 260 watt-hour per kilogram. The idea has been mentioned by CEO Elon Musk occasionally over the past decade, and Tesla may have an electric airplane as part of its long-term goals. However, it was only recently that battery technology has seen an advancement, enough so that an electric vehicle firm could practically take to the skies. One of the world's largest polluters, the air travel industry could finally have a viable solution with renewable energy, which electric airplanes would bring. Plant-based biofuels could reduce emissions for long-haul flights, as the aviation industry produces around 2% of global carbon emissions. However, it is a long way away from a fully clean energy-powered commercial jet. Musk has referred to the idea as far back as 2008, explaining how an electric plane gets far more feasible as battery energy improves. In 2012, he said that he'd had a design in his head for the past 4 years. These references continued in 2014 as Musk revealed to an MIT symposium that he was toying with that idea. He once again stated in 2015 that he had a design in mind, and by 2016, he was describing his electric plane as a vertical takeoff and landing design, which would negate the need for a landing strip. He further said in 2017 that it was not inconceivable I would do an electric plane, but that we are not quite there yet in terms of energy density of batteries for an electric airplane. Tesla electric plane. Plans, timeline for an Elon Musk's flying machine. Could a Tesla electric plane actually take off? By 2016, he was describing his electric plane as a vertical takeoff and landing design, which would negate the need for a landing strip. In 2017, he said that it was not inconceivable I would do an electric plane, but that we are not quite there yet in terms of energy density for the batteries of the electric plane. Musk has stated his concerns on the issue battery density from time to time. The main challenge being able to produce an aircraft that is light enough to fly but also powerful enough to carry passengers. When discussing his idea for a supersonic jet in September 2018, he claimed that current electric car batteries are at the range of 250 watt-hours per kilogram. A plane will be able to fly with a 400 watt-hours battery, but an ideal weight will be at around the 500 watt-hours mark. Thanks to some interesting changes in the market, the challenge of producing an electric plane capable of flying could soon be resolved. Tesla electric plane. When will it be revealed? In July 2019, Musk declared that it would take approximately 5 years to produce a battery with sufficient enough density that an electric plane would be feasible. This goal is not an unreachable one. In February 2019, Tesla bought Maxwell Technologies in a $218 million deal. This, a battery technology company working with a range of exotic materials. The firm was working with dry electrodes, which could drop cobalt from the equation, increase production 16-fold, and bring down costs by 20%. Probably the most interesting part of the Maxwell acquisition was the firm's claim that these dry electrodes will be able to support denser batteries, While 300 watt-hours seemed like a reasonable claim, the firm has also said that it had a path to a 500 watt-hours battery. In the 2019 annual shareholders meeting following the acquisition of Maxwell Technologies, Musk suggested that Tesla was looking at bringing its mining and other operations in-house, phasing out supply of Panasonic. Reaching a feasible battery density within 5 years could mean that Tesla could make some sort of public announcement in the mid to late 2020s. The company's master plan, Part Deuce, from 2016 is nearing its end. The Model 3 is out and the pickup truck, second-generation Roadster, Model Y, and semi-truck are all about to be released. Autopilot is expected to become full-blown autonomous driving suite as early as next year, at which point it will begin powering a fleet of robo-taxis. An electric plane could perhaps outline one of the ideas in the future Master Plan Part Tre, one where electric car is more mainstream, and sister firm SpaceX has already sped up into Earth travel with the new Starship system. While the Starship will whisk people across Earth in half an hour under intense conditions, it would still require the burning of liquid oxygen and methane to complete the trip. Analyst Roland Berger claimed in May that an electric jet could compete with other current designs. It may not be realistic until 2030 at the least. Tesla electric plane. What is the battery range? It may be too soon to predict when the electric plane could complete the same trips as a regular jet, at least at the time of launch. The world's longest flight, from Singapore to New York, covers over 9,300 miles in 18 hours, a feat that could prove to be unrealistic for the electric jet at the initial stage. At the 2014 MIT event, Musk explained that the percentage of cells on an aircraft would need to be approximately 70%. When that percentage reaches the mid-high 70s, you could go transcontinental, west coast to east coast. However, an intercontinental journey was ruled out by Musk. Musk explained during his 2018 Joe Rogan Experience appearance that the battery would only need to overcome gravitational potential energy. The energy you use in cruise is very low, and then you can recapture a large amount of your gravitational potential on the way down. So you really don't need any kind of reserve fuel, if you will, because you have the energy of height. Musk later explained that the plane works as a force balance. Therefore, a plane that is not accelerating is a neutral force balance. The force of gravity, lift force of wings, where you have the force of one of the thrusting devices, the propeller turbine, or whatever it is, and the resistance of the air. The higher you fly, the lower the air resistance. Air density drops exponentially, but drag increases with the square, and exponential beats the square. The higher you fly, the faster you'll go, with the same amount of energy. It is possible to go supersonic at a certain altitude, with considerably less energy per mile than an aircraft at flying at 35,000 feet. If Tesla is able to solve the energy issue, it could travel further than expected. Tesla electric plane. How many people could it carry? Seating capacity is another unknown fact at present. An Airbus 380 is capable of carrying anywhere between 407 to 615 seats. And if Tesla aims to beat the existing designs, or even to be competitive, it will probably have to offer similar capacity. Existing jets have so far aimed for considerably less in terms of capacity. Siemens' all-electric plane that broke the speed record at 200 miles per hour in 2017 only held one person. Lilium's electric jet holds just 5 people. Budget airline EasyJet aims to fly 9 people in its short-haul electric plane. Analyst Roland Berger claims that approximately 100 electric plane projects are in the works, most with the goal of producing small air taxis, and the space is certainly heating up. Tesla electric plane. What has Elon Musk said about it? Musk has been known to show skepticism about flying machines in the past. Indeed, he hasn't always been positive about the idea. He dismissed Uber's flying car idea in February 2018, stating, "If you love drones above your house, you'll really love vast numbers of cars flying over your head that are 1,000 times bigger and noisier and blow away anything that isn't nailed down when they land." Musk has previously cited this as part of his idea behind the Boring Company, a tunnel digging venture that creates more city capacity by going underground instead of taking to the air. With the larger number of planes in the sky every day and the high demand to travel distances spanning thousands of kilometers, it's perhaps not surprising that Musk is also aware that going underground will not be for everyone. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there.